Hello, 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 hello. Happy Thursday, Unemployment Thursday, Retail Sales Thursday, TSMC Earnings Thursday, ECB Rate Cuts Thursday. How's everyone doing? Good morning, John. Good morning, Sterling. Good morning, Patrick. And we did have the retail sales data come out. We will go over that in a second. Let's see El Sue's here. Thank you for putting in all the figures. Good morning, Royal Palms. Good morning, Jacob. So it's rah season. Traders pricing less Fed easing. Not much. Not much. They want it both ways. They want it both ways. You know, it's pretty interesting. This is the biggest adjusted September ever for retail sales. Also, the retail sales year over year, 1.7%. What was inflation? Because you don't strip out inflation from retail sales. Retail inflation year over year from September was 2.4%. So real sales is negative, and that's with their massive adjustments. It's with their massive adjustments. The biggest September adjustment on record. So take it what you will. The party will continue until it doesn't, and when it doesn't, oh boy. And then what else do we have? We have jobless claims coming in better than expected, but still climbing a little, but better than expected. Continuing better than expected. What else? You had the Philly Fed numbers. Look at new orders, big bounce for new orders. I have not dove into this yet. Prices paid coming down a bit. Employment still in contraction. Business conditions popping up huge. Business conditions nearly over doubling from prior. I just taken some of this data with a grain of salt. Now remember, trend is still up. Trend is still up. But when this thing unravels, it's gonna be epic in my book. Where did I leave off? Where did I leave off? Hold on. Good morning, Jacob. I think I got you, Royal Palms. Hello, Charles. Morning, Jake. Implications of Amazon's nuclear investment. You know what I think? As I think the next little mini train is going to be all these nuclear and nuclear related stocks. We're going to see them continue to run. Good morning, Anissa. Now, yes, TSMC did beat AI hype train. Do you know people who do election betting outside the U.S.? Is it similar to sports betting? Well, you can bet the election now in the U.S. I mean, this is the first year you can bet the election in the U.S. It's similar to sports betting. So what else? Good morning, Ted. What's interesting, Charles, is I think AI is going to peter out, but the nuclear thing is going to keep going for a while longer. Once AI is not petering out quite yet. Oh, what else do we have coming up today? Just don't get too excited about those retail sales numbers. The market is. The market is. And also remember, we can easily have rally through options expiration tomorrow. I'm looking at probably right around next Tuesday as a potential short-term market top at this point, based off everything that's come out. So what else? Hey, MJ, good morning. I was trying to shorten Globex at 1 to 3, saw its beat, was like, oh yeah, yep. And I'll show you why I was not looking for any shorts too. I'll show you that exactly. I left it on my chart. By the way, we have industrial production coming out in about 7 minutes. We have business inventories coming out 10 a.m. Eastern. Then we have the EIA numbers, 11 Eastern. So for crude traders, do not ignore that. We have some bill auctions, but that really winds it up today. And then tomorrow we mainly have Fed speak to end the week and options expiration. Remember, OpEx tomorrow. There's your chips based off of TSMC's beat. So there you go. It's party on. You have all the mega caps pretty much running. The only thing really negative is healthcare. You can see that technology leading the way. I mean, nothing is anywhere close to technology. Technology running it this morning. Fed watch still. Cut, 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 cut. 4 straight cuts. Still priced in. Fear and greed, still in greed. This will probably pop to extreme greed today. PE ratio 37.20. We already talked about TSMC was a big one this morning. This afternoon, it's Netflix. And then tomorrow morning, the only thing I'm really watching, I'll take a look at PG, but I'm paying attention to American Express and anything related to charge-off data. All right. I left these, I know I have to update this. Let me just show you yesterday. Just show you. Thank you for putting in the TSM earnings. So we had, this is a valid double bottom. Okay, you can see it also here on the 4 hour. You can see it really clearly on the 4 hour. Dropping down to the 1 hour. Triggering right here. Sorry, triggering right here. It would have to be, had to be front run, like it was still valid on the 15-minute. Triggered, little pullback, triggered, little pullback, and then the rally up. But here's what was interesting to me. Continuing through the targets, which came to the 50% harmonic. Then we came up to the 62.5% harmonic, did not close above it, pulled back. Then we closed above the 62.5 harmonic. Well, then, in conjunction with that, with the TSM earnings stuff, 87.5 harmonic, we paused just above it. And then with the retail sales, it's break to new highs. So we do still, this might be invalidated soon, but we do still have, this was great for a short-term, worst case scenario trailing stop is now below the lows of 58.50 because we do have a little mini potential double. I also keep getting the question, why do I put up potential doubles that never might trigger? Because it gives me and everybody else, depending on your market time frame and when you got in a position, it gives a potential stop location. Next target area is 59.39. Okay, if we come up from these harmonics to this pausing bar, this is a little short-term harmonics. That's reinforced. So we have 59.39 to 59.42, and then your next one's 59.67. The cluster I'm really focused on if we continue to rally today is this 59.39 to 59.42. We're probably going to also put in a significant Elliott wave potential top next week. And we still have DeMarc sell setups on the table that have not triggered. All right. So today, going into the open, well, going into based off yesterday's price action, doing the little mini harmonics, I'm looking around 59.15 to 59.17 on any pullback into the open. On a deeper pullback, it'd be 59.08, then 58.98 to 5900. Those are all the levels I'm looking at on here. Now, longer term, we have daily cycles going down, but still no impact on that yet. Weekly cycles are still at a top. Weekly cycles are still at a top, and doing some other projections, high to high, low to high projections, looking at beginning of next week for a topping area potentially. It still has to confirm because this is run pretty far, pretty fast. And we got options expiration for October out of the way. All right. So in the short term, little NASDAQ running with technology. Coming down early this morning, closing was a 62.5. So on a run today, and look where this 87F, this 20,620 takes us in the prior harmonic 20,630. So that would be still at least an intraday target for me. And then it would be the most recent high area, 20,680. Above there, I have the harmonic at 20,718. So those are the key levels higher on any pullback, on any weakness into the open. I'm looking anywhere from about 20,535 to 20,550. I'll consider doing that at some point, MJ. Yeah, they are. That's why I cite them. I don't put, and I don't like these setups in the trading view. People have written them. I get them from other sources, but they are pretty powerful, especially when you get a DeMark major sell setup in conjunction with an Elliott wave, in conjunction with divergent setups. They they just, I mean, they're all their individual probabilities. So you can't combine probabilities, but they tend to be very, very. I've not done the exact thing on a combined probability to see where that would come out, but it's from just cursory information. They are very powerful. That's why I follow. The Dow, again, new highs. Dow little mini may never trigger double top. Again, that could be just merely a stop level for very short-term trades. That's not even a medium-term. Dow breakout, 43,700 is the next key target. I'm still amazed at the Russell because what, like 43% of Russell 2000 are officially zombie companies? Oh, but it's just buy everything. So you got to stick with the trend. Okay, you've been trying to write your own in easy language. Good. And keep working on that and test them out. We're going to do a far from moving average or EMA standard deviation setup too. Yes, we are. Yep, you're completely correct. You guys are so smart, and girls. You guys are so smart. You saw that yesterday. It was crazy with Russell. Yes, it's crazy. But you know what? This is where the things can remain irrational. Just like we're running a Schiller PE above 37. All it's going to take is one thing. But until that one thing happens, you got to still stick with the short-term trend. Maybe it's going to be something with the election. Maybe it's going to be something else. I don't know. Can't predict that. All I know is I know where any stops I have are. I know where the stops are. Key support now is back at 2280 for the Russell. Next target, same as yesterday, 2335, based off the harmonics. The VIX dropping a little, still staying elevated. This has got more to do with going into the election now. DAX chugging along. ECB 25 rate cut. This bigger double is still in place unless we get above 19,817, and you do have a little mini double. They may neither never trigger. The bigger one's off the table if we pass 19,817. If you want to do your forward harmonics now, this gave a really nice pausing bar. So next target above 19,817 would be minor 19,857 and then significant 19,947, so essentially 19,950. Even with the slowdown being projected, the DAX and everything else just climbing, climbing, climbing. Now, we had the notes. Remember, this was a lower probability double, but hit that first target in the rotation zone and now rotating down. Okay, I was watching for another rotation down, especially with the stronger retail sales numbers. What takes the remaining double off the table? We're almost there. If this closes below 102.02, it's done. The yields, nice rotation. I said yesterday, go back and watch and re-listen. What was I going to watch? If this was a setup for a percent beat buy, I was going to watch yesterday's high. It was a setup for a percent beat buy, rotation back up. So I don't think that's going to collapse down and close back below it. But what I'm watching is now a follow through by above 4.081 today. Because that's what? Guess that what? That tips it back to retest the recent high area. And I could do a potential intraday stop raise. I'm trying to teach everyone how I'm looking at stuff, so maybe something I say might help. That's my goal right now. Dollar, look at it, straight to the next key area. Dollar continues to strengthen. Was talking about this with the watch for long setups down here. Dollar, we just hit the key target area. I want to see where this closes today in relation to 103.40 to see if we get any dollar weakness. But the next major target, 103.80. What am I missing? Good morning, McRangers. Good morning, chilly need chilly. Is it chilly over in Maryland? We're gonna get chilly. The high tomorrow is only supposed to be 73 degrees. We're getting storms. We're getting storms and a cold front moving through with lows in the 50s. So, I mean, come on. I'm going to have to get out my winter jacket. Crude. By the way, this double, which never triggered, has turned into a multi-bottom. A triple. So it's now a sideways. The only thing that really excites me is if we start breaking above 71 again and follow through with some momentum in cautious mode, because it would be an aggressive stop raise to me right around 72. Other than this, still no close below the 62.5. If we do close below the 62.5, just remember the 70 mark. Then I'm watching for the continued pullback and back to testing some of these lows. Gold, moving on up, hitting that 87.5 again a couple times. We do not have this as just a grinding higher pattern. So I'm still watching for gold to potentially break out. We have the same harmonics on there to 27.34, and we still have the potential double top. Not much to talk about. The Yenster still officially hitting the target. I already said here it would be a raise stop for me. And hitting the first target there. Next key target, the minor area. I'm still watching this 150.76 just because it's 50% retracement from this whole down move. And then 151.87. Euro. Woohoo! Second target hit, closing in on the third target and some areas of significance. So we are closing in on the third and final target. What's also interesting is if we take this most recent move, I'm watching where it closes today, but a 108.30. Because we continue below there, we could be tackling the low area from the middle of April and the middle of June. High today in Bethesda, 59. It's not so bad. What's the low gonna be? Yeah, I'm really happy, you guys. Keep you know what, doing your stuff. I love this to see. You're playing around with Python. You know what? Yeah, silly jobs get in the way of things, but you got to do what you got to do. And I like to see people working on stuff and testing it out and working on things. That is wonderful. Very happy for that. Very happy. Because that will serve you very, very well. Now, forward harmonics. Here we go on the spiders. Okay. By the way, yesterday, look at that in relation to 62.5, closing between and bouncing off it. Now is we're going to gap up. So, 580, 584. 585.77 is the next harmonic area. So we're going to set to open right around there. And then we have a cluster, 590.27 to 590.82. All right. If we have to go out bigger, just to see what the next key area is. Then we got 594.92. And look at this. We have this 590 area, 590.80. This is another cluster here. Then you got 594.92. Just wanted to, again, that's how we layer the clusters up. So you can see the major harmonic areas where they converge is really what I want to focus on should we get to continue to climb higher. Well, you're very welcome, MJ, and I appreciate everyone tuning in. 38? Oh boy, I do not miss that. Now it'll get in the 30s here in January, parts of December, but that's only overnight. I mean, oh, I do not miss cold weather. So, just trying to show more harmonic stuff. So, right now, 496.44. Still, I'm looking at the little reverse harmonics because we've not gone up. So 497.42, then 498.33 are the little key levels there, okay? Those would be your intraday levels I'd be looking at today. And then we're looking at the highs of 503.43. Then you still have your reverse harmonics to 513.53. Little pause in Bitcoin sitting against a very key resistance area right there. If Bitcoin breaks higher, Bitcoin's looking a little tired in the short term with overbought and cycle tops. So now your key support area is 65.9. They don't like 110, I will be honest. But they love 80s and 90s. Even 100 is fine with them. They don't like the 110s. The dogs love it. What else do we have here? What else? Let's take a TSMC. Oh, what am I doing? TSM for this country. What am I doing? So 208 is the next major harmonic based off the reverse and based off the forward. Again, if you're in doubt, look at your key areas on the weekly for stocks, especially. And here we go. So we got a cluster right here where it's 207, 208. We're opening at 203. 200 to about 201 on any pullback, because sometimes TSM sells after the open, sort of sells the news even after good earnings. Keep an eye on that. But then your next, if it rallies, 220. I mean, we got some questions earlier. I hope people see exactly how I'm doing these. Because how else are you going to come up with? You're just going to pull numbers out of your butt to come up with levels? No, these harmonics, because we tend to get reactions there, especially where you get clusters of them. That's why they're so helpful, because it at least gives me a roadmap. Where can I potentially raise a stop? Because again, we're not trying to call a specific high. We're trying to call an area where we might have a reaction. And if we have a reaction, with divergences. We're going to get a divergence even with this gap up, and this will probably be a triple divergence. Cycles at the top. Not saying it has to trigger, but hey. So, NVIDIA rallying on this news too. NVIDIA, the all-time highs, 140.76. We're opening up just shy of that, and we have a close area 140.140. If we do blow through that, 147.02 is the next target for NVIDIA. All right, that's pretty good. I know Sterling put in a lot of other earnings in there. I don't have time to go through all that today. I have to do some things at the open and then take the wife to the airport. Heading to Vegas to do presentations in front of the board. So there won't be a party in Vegas for her. Board presentation. So I got to run her over to the airport this morning. So that's what is going on. Let's just see where this tick opened. Where did the tick? Oh, very flat opening. Very flat opening for this bullish sentiment. So watching for the pullback and then going to be seeing if we get any short-term bottoming pattern when the tick starts bouncing. Watching for that. That's what I'll be keying off of right now. Other than that, that's where we sit. I hope everyone have a wonderful trading day. Remember, not a lot of financial reports out tomorrow. We got Netflix earnings after the close, and we have big, not huge because it's not quarterly OPEX, but it's going to be a decent OPEX because of all the hedging that goes on going into October. And to see what happens because if people start rolling hedges with the election coming up. Charles is short, looking for momentum again. Well, good luck, and I shall talk to everyone tomorrow. Bye for now.